I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. What we really need to get the economy up and running again, Dr. Stephen Bickle, Flagler's medical director, says more testing and more staff.
We're spending trillions of dollars trying to right the economy, but if I threw out a number, I'd say it might take $25-50 billion to fund a public health army up to this task, but look at the potential return on investment.
Bickle says Flagler County needs more than antibody testing.
This false positive issue is really significant if there's not that much in the community. If you have a false positive rate of 3% and there's 20% of the community that has it, it's only going to change you from 20 to 23. It's not a big deal. If you have a prevalence of 1%, it changes you from 1 to 4. Well, that's a factor of 4. It dramatically magnifies your perception of the problem. So that's where the antibodies, because they're not 100% accurate.
Bickle would like to see every single person in Flagler County with cold symptoms tested.
And that would give us a really good idea of whether we've controlled this or not.
He says virus spread needs to get down to almost zero and then be contained through a massive investment in public health infrastructure. Flagler County's budget will take a hit due to the shutdown tied to the coronavirus pandemic. County Administrator Jerry Cameron.
We're certainly going to get some additional reduction in our tax revenues, tourism, bed tax revenues. We expect that those will be down right now in the neighborhood of about 35%.
Cameron tells WNZF they can absorb the loss if the economy is turned around in about 60 days.
We expect recovery to be very rapid when things start to open up because there's pent-up demand.
Cameron says prior to the pandemic, Flagler was firing on all 8 cylinders and enjoying a robust economy.
On Thursday, Congressman Michael Waltz voted in favor of the next phase of America's coronavirus relief package to provide aid to small businesses and hospitals nationwide. With that new round of stimulus funding on the way from Washington, D.C., what guarantees are there that smaller businesses will get their fair share? John Arking takes a look.
When funding from the initial $349 billion set aside to help small businesses keep employees on the payroll ran out, there was criticism that companies which really could not be classified as small had taken money when they shouldn't have. As the next round of funding for the Payroll Protection Program, or PPP, makes its way to the states, 6th District Republican Michael Waltz says they've made one key adjustment that should help solve that problem.
What we're doing in this next package is putting set-asides to very small lenders, $30 billion for lenders that have under $1 billion in assets, and then $30 billion for lenders that have under $10 billion of assets, because very small lenders tend to work with smaller and local and community banks. I would have preferred to see on the front end, we have the set-aside for businesses under 500 and under. I would have preferred to see smaller set-asides as well. I built a company from scratch up to 400 employees, and I understand when there's just 6 of you sitting around, you don't have a finance department, a legal department, and all of those resources.
Companies and nonprofits with fewer than 500 workers can apply for PPP loans of up to $10 million at 1% interest, so they can cover 2 months of payroll and overhead expenses. If the company retains workers and doesn't cut their wages, the government will forgive most or all of the loan and repay the bank lenders. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
The city of Flagler Beach has reopened its 6 miles of beaches. On a limited trial basis, Tony Magoo has the story.
Flagler County issued an emergency order that will allow for reopening its beaches on a limited basis to allow residents physical and mental health activities like exercising, not socializing, walking, biking, surfing, fishing, not congregating like during normal times. With us this morning is Flagler Beach Police Chief Matt Downey. Chief, what did you see on your first day?
A lot of couples walking together, families with kids, couples walking both north and south.
The city of Flagler Beach has opened its 6-mile segment of the beach from 7 to 10 a.m. Chief, did you have any issues with the closing times?
Yesterday, by quarter after, it was a ghost town because people complied.
Flagler Beach reopened this week on a limited trial basis and will stay open as long as residents comply with social distancing standards. So, Chief, how would you grade the first day on the beach?
We've said this all along. This is a health issue, not a law enforcement issue. So the compliance level in Flagler Beach is exactly what I expected it to be. Again, 2 thumbs up and an A+.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
In a time when we might feel like we're alone in this pandemic, Flagler Cares says they're here for us.
CEO Carrie Baird says they are here for those who need them. If you need help with rent, medical bills, utilities, and the like, contact Flagler Cares.
The phone number is 904-819-3094. You can also go online to careconnectplus.com. Flagler.
Baird said that you can also go to the Flagler Cares website at flaglercares.org. She said it is best to get in touch with them as soon as you're having trouble paying the bills and not waiting until it's too late to pay the bills. To listen to the entire interview, download the Flagler Radio app and then go to the Free for All Friday podcast. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.